Welcome on over to Automotive World, everyone. I am your host, Vinny Mystery, and we have a huge story coming out of VW. We're going to be using VW's official press kit here, and we're going to be using the article from Motor One. We're not going to go over the whole press kit as we've already done this before with the Jetta, but Volkswagen is now giving us pricing for the Jetta, the regular model, and the GLI. We did get pricing on the regular model before, so pricing on the new regular model Jetta, not being the GLI, that's actually not so new, but we now have pricing on the GLI. The GLI is going to start at $32,715, and that is without the destination fee of $1,225, and that destination fee is the same for every single Jetta model. So whether you get the GLI, whether you get the regular Jetta, it's the same destination fee, and that's actually really interesting. It's really nice to see that, but it's really interesting because obviously the GLI is being a GLI model. Usually those GLI models have always been made in Germany, as versus where the regular Jettas and where a lot of VW's cars come from America here. If they're not from Chattanooga, they're usually across the border from Mexico, unless you are getting like a GLI or a GTI or a Golf R, which in case is coming from Germany and Wolfsburg. So that's a bit interesting there. We've already gone over this press release down here before, so we're not really going to necessarily dive into this too much. We want to dive more so into the pricing, especially on the GLI, as we did cover pricing as well before in the first video when the Jetta new generation, was introduced. And honestly, we know the GLI is going to be the most expensive one of the entire range, so we're really going to focus more here on the Jetta GLI. Now, obviously here, Motor One's got it with, that destination fee included in there, which is nice. It's really nice. And this, obviously, with the GLI, you're going to get either that 6-speed manual or the 7-speed dual clutch. And those are going to be the same price. So we can see here, we have a breakdown from Motor One, from Anthony again, which I'll have that link down below. We can see here the regular model, and this is going to be the regular GLI, 220 horsepower, the same as before, the same 258 pound-feet of torque. That's on premium fuel with the destination fee, $33,940. Keep in mind that's without tax, tag, title, if you're financing it, things like that. The regular Honda Civic breakdown that we have here starting, that is going to be $31,045 with destination fee. We can see there is a lot less performance on there, a smaller engine as well, 1.5 versus the 2-liter, 200 horsepower, 192 pound-feet of torque. So for only a few thousand more, you're really losing a lot of power. I am glad that they mentioned the Elantra N here because the Elantra N is roughly within the same pricing range here. The Elantra N is a little bit more pricey. The Jetta GLI is the most cost effective and the best price for performance and value, but I don't think the Hyundai Elantra N is too far off, especially when you do consider the amount of horsepower that it makes at 276 and the amount of torque at 289. Those are all carryover numbers from before. But when you look at it pricing wise, it is top of the range, but it's not too far out. But that does put the Jetta in an interesting spot because for the money, being the GLI, you're going to get a lot more here for about $2,000 more than a Honda Civic Si. I mean, if I was looking for like a compact sedan and you're an enthusiast, you're looking for something a little fun, personally, if you're not buying the Hyundai Elantra N, I would be buying the Volkswagen Jetta GLI. In terms of price and performance, I see no reason to buy the Honda Civic Si. If you were worried about reliability, then I can sort of see the point of the Civic Si. I've never had too many problems with Jettas. That being said, though, I am a VW owner, as you guys know. It's not my first one. My current one is better than the previous ones, but I'm not going to go and argue and say that Volkswagen has better reliability than Honda. I'm just not going to do that. That wouldn't be right. So there is still, I guess, a case for the Civic Si, but really for the price and performance, which is really, if you're buying one of these three models, that's what you're looking at, is the price for performance. The GLI is a great entry level. I mean, you've got a lot of torque, a decent amount of horsepower, good fuel economy. If you want something a little more, you get the Hyundai Elantra N. I really, really like the GLI, and it looks really, really nice. I will say though, I do think, and I mentioned this in the last video, I do think the front end on the older one looked a bit better than this one. I think this one looks a little bit too rounded for me. I like the interior. I do like, you know, the bottom kind of lip here, but I just think it's a little bit too rounded. I still don't think it looks bad. I just kind of wish, you know, I just kind of like the way the older one looks better. But we're not really going to focus on that. We're really here focusing on the pricing and the starting pricing for that matter. And we have a great comparison here of how that looks. Like I said, personally, if it's me, you know, bang for the buck, you want performance, you want the fuel efficiency, you know, you want top of the line features, but you don't want to spend the most money, Jetta GLI. If you're willing to spend it all, get the Hyundai Elantra N. It's not too much more. Like I said, if you're thinking about the long term, okay, maybe then the Honda Civic Si, but also at the same time, like if you're thinking about long term, don't, like the Civic Si, and this is what I don't like when they went down in horsepower. The Civic Si is supposed to compete with these two models. If you're looking at reliability, just get a regular Civic. Just get a regular Civic. So the argument is still there for it, but I'm still either going with the GLI or the Elantra N. Let me know what you guys and girls think down below of this. Is this too much? Is this not enough? Did VW do enough for that matter? Let me know what you guys and girls think down below. That's going to do it for now. Like always, thanks for watching, everyone.